Welcome to the channel, everyone. So today we're diving into some game-changing news about the WNBA that has fans buzzing and analysts scratching their heads. The Las Vegas Aces, yeah, I said it. A team that once seemed unstoppable is facing a major shift in the roster and culture. At the center of it all, Kelsey Plum. If you've been following the Aces, you will know their dominance has been nothing short of legendary. But recent developments suggests we're witnessing the unraveling of a dynasty. Let's break it all down. So I will show you guys Kelly Finn. She will talk on NBC Sports with these analysts on here talking about the WNBA free agency. But we got to talk about Kelsey Plum. There's mountain speculation that she might leave the Aces and potentially join a new team like the Golden State Warriors. The idea of Plum leaving feels almost surreal given her integral role in the Aces' success. But look at the facts. During the past season, while core players like Aja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Jackie Young signed extensions, Kelsey Plum did not. Former Aces general manager Natalie Williams confirmed. If you don't believe, let's check out this video.
But it's an interesting conversation that I feel like we're going to have for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but you know what? There are some other really interesting players and teams to watch in free agency, and so I want to bring on Callie Finn to discuss the Las Vegas Aces with us. Callie,
What's up, Callie?
So, Callie, I'm sure you heard us here talking about the fact that Satu Sabli got cored earlier today. We know that the Aces didn't really wait on the first day. What was it, Saturday, the 11th? They extended a core qualifying offer to Kelsey Plum. That was expected. You've reported that for a while now. So that core designation, we expected that was coming. What's been a little surprising, and I think why there's so much conversation, at least from what I'm seeing, about Kelsey Plum is that during the season when the rest of the core Aces, the other, they're the core four, Asia, Chelsea, Jackie Young, and Kelsey Plum. So when her other three, counterparts, they signed extensions, she did not. And that was, it's interesting, but it's also like there's a lot of reasons why that could be. Yeah. But they are, they're coring her. So now that kind of piques my interest more. And based on your reporting, Callie, it seems like it really is up in the air whether or not Kelsey Plum may return to the Aces.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I want to be clear. Nothing I'm saying is like definite or anything like that. But based on multiple conversations that I've had, it does seem like the most likely scenario is that Kelsey Plum would move on from the Aces. You mentioned that she did not sign an extension, and former general manager Natalie Williams told me before she and the Aces parted ways that, Kelsey was offered an extension and declined. And so I think you both touched on this when you were actually talking about
So, hold up, I finished.
And it even applies with Brianna Stewart's situation. Like when a player is going to be cored, we're often given a.
All right, family. So this raises questions about what might be happening behind the scenes, right? Statistically, Plum's contributions have been phenomenal. Last season, she averaged 17.8 points per game, 4.2 assists, and shot an impressive 36.8% from beyond the arc. She's a sharpshooter and coach dream on paper. Yet there seems to be tension within the team, tension that could be driving this decision. The locker room dynamics, right? The dynamics within the Aces locker room have been a topic of debate. Remember the heated exchange between Plum and head coach Becky Hammon during the playoffs? That moment wasn't just about performance. It hinted at deeper issues, so to say. And Hammond's fury critique of the team efforts during the pivotal game wasn't isolated. Reports suggest that the team's cohesion has been under strain. It's also worth noting that Plum's personal challenges may have influenced her decision making. She's openly stated needed to focus on herself, even pulling out of certain commitments to prioritize her well-being, and this adds another layer of complexity to the situation, right? Let's scrub up a little bit to her talking about it.
Off a difficult personal year, and she's emphasized that she wants to take time for herself, which is why she said that she pulled out of Unrivaled. So we're not necessarily in the position to, with respect to what she said, to ask her directly, And that would be the best indicator here. But of course, like you mentioned my reporting, like I can pull and cite a few quotes that kind of imply that, the same way that Satu said that she's working with the Dallas organization, that's been the implication that the Aces are working to find a situation where, quote unquote, everybody's happy, which is exactly what Becky Hammon said to me about a month ago in regards to Kelsey Plum's situation.
Yeah,
All right.
and I
So if Plum does leave, one of the most likely destinations is the Golden State Warriors, a new team entering the WNBA this season. The Warriors have significant cap space and looking to build their roster around a marquee player, right? Plum would be a perfect fit, proven scorer with championship experience. Interestingly, the Warriors head coach Natalie Nakasi has a history with Plum. Nakasi was previously an assistant coach with the Aces, and she's spoken highly of Plum's work ethic and leadership. This familiarity could make the transition seamless and provide Plum with a both fresh start and a familiar face, right?
Becky also, I think she made the statement, something along the lines like, it's just not like we're not going to look the same that we've looked in the past, right? Which makes total sense, right? Again, as I just said,
Let's scrub up. Let's scrub up a
what I
little
do,
bit.
the Golden State Valkyries, and a part of me just kind of feels
Valkyrie, sorry, family. I said Warriors.
like that might be a fresh start for Kelsey Plum if she does decide that she wants to move on from the Aces. To me, it gives them an opportunity to have a great perimeter scorer, which we know that Kelsey Plum is, but it also will add a little bit
I
of
agree.
familiarity for her because the new head coach was the former assistant coach in Las Vegas. And I think that that could also be something that plays well where you're getting a new environment and you're getting a new experience, but you're also still working with someone who knows you and knows you well. So you
For the Aces, losing Plum would be a significant blow. This team, built around its core four of Wilson, Gray, Young, and Plum, has achieved incredible success, including back-to-back championships. However, as Hammond recently admitted, the team may look different next season, as you guys heard. Beyond Plum and other key players like Tiffany Hayes, Alicia Clark, and Sydney Colson are also free agents. With only 6 players currently under contract, the Aces face an uphill battle to maintain a dominance, and the absence of a general manager further complicates matters as decisions are reportedly being made by committee, right? But while the Aces grapple with their challenges, other teams are quietly rising, right? Take the Indiana Fever, for example. They're building a promising roster focusing on teamwork and long-term success. In stark contrast to the Aces, whose internal conflicts are playing out in public. The Fever's methodical approach is a reminder that the success in the WNBA isn't just about star power; it's about culture, cohesion, and strategy. But don't take my word for it. As the Fever build around their young core, they're setting an example for the rest of the league. Check it out.
Kelly.
This is Stephanie White, the coach, the new coach. As we all know that they fired the old coach for the Indiana Fever. What's her name? I forgot her name. Chrissy Sides. Check out what she had to say in regards of the culture.
You're just talking about, players and evaluations before we came out here, and building quality depth is going to be important. When you have a core 3 like we have, surrounding them with players who are going to, fill the roles, certainly, first and foremost, who are going to embrace the roles, secondly, and who give us the best opportunities for success by complementing what they do really, really well. We have seen in this league's history, how difficult it is to win a championship. The margin for error is small. The margin for error is small. When you're building teams, it's not about always just getting the best players. It's about getting the best complement of players who fit well together, who play well with one another, who work to bring the best out in one another. I believe truly in my heart that connected teams are winning teams. And so people who fit, players who fit the culture of the Indiana Fever and where we are and where we're moving towards.
Next to first row.
Well, you heard it there, folks. So the bigger picture is the potential departure of Kelsey Plum isn't just a story about one player leaving a team. It's a reflection of the evolving dynamics in the WNBA, if you ask me. From new teams entering the league to shifting priorities among players, the landscape is changing. For the Aces, this could mark the end of an era, but for the league as a whole, it's an exciting time for growth and transformation. As fans, we're witnessing history in the making. So, what's next for the Aces, Kelsey Plum, and the WNBA? Right? As I close, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this offseason is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic in recent memory. Whether you're rooting for the Aces to bounce back or excited to see new teams like the Golden State Warriors uh, rise, the 2025 season promises to be unforgettable. So, my question to you, family, is what do you think about these developments? Will Plum leave the Aces? Can the team recover from these challenges? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments as we have conversations together in a comment, as this is a start of a conversation. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any other updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.